Hello and welcome. So we've got nature going on outside today for our daily shamanic reading. There is a major storm going on, so let's see what your message is for today. As you can see, I am shuffling these cards. They tend to, oops, this one wants to fall out. Ancient wisdom. Oh, very cool, especially with the storm brewing. How cool is that? Ancient wisdom during a storm. I love it. Absolutely love it. You might be 34 years old. You might be 43. Ancient wisdom. Going back to the ancients. Nature. See? This is definitely a major message for all of us. I think for me as well. Nature is the perfect place to center yourself and ground out any excessive noise in your head. Well, how interesting, because nature is causing a lot of noise right now. And why is nature causing a lot of noise right now? Whoops. Because there's a storm. Sort of like when there's a storm in our head and we're upset and we're angry or we're sad and we're depressed and we can't get out of that storm. It's like a whirlwind, right? And when you start crying, it feels like a tornado or a hurricane and you just can't stop. And sometimes you just need to have a really good cry, really, seriously. A really good cry. It can be so healing, right? Screaming into a pillow, punching the pillow, right? Stomping around the house a little bit. It's not going to hurt anyone, unless, of course, you have really soft floors that are hardwood, and you don't want to stomp too much because you don't want to ruin your beautiful hardwood floors. In fact, I want to read this in the book. This is beautiful. In nature, all the secrets of the universe are held, from the fiercest energy of a raging sea in a storm to the nurturing and loving energy of 100-year-old grove of trees. Get out in nature and listen to what she has to tell you. Of course, don't go out in nature when there's a raging storm going on, unless you're like some friends of mine that are storm chasers. But they do that very carefully. They do. It might seem absolutely insane to go after a storm, but they go after them because they want to get, I study photography, so these are people who are into photography and videography. I wish my videography skills were better. They get some really cool stuff. But you need to be careful. So if you're one of my friends and you're checking in on me to see what I'm doing and you're seeing shamanic readings, you're like, yeah, I knew she had this ability way back when. Yeah, I'm going to tell you to be careful going out into those storms like I did before back when we were in school together. But getting out in nature is a wonderful way to do grounding, beautiful ways of exercising. So you see these here. I'm looking at this and I'm just seeing roots, right? Allowing yourself to ground outside in nature. Do it on a beautiful day when in a spot of grass without any fire ants that looks nice and clean. Take off your shoes and let yourself ground into the earth. Just feel that beautiful grounding. A lot of people aren't aware. We know of our basic chakras that go through our system, but there is one that lies lower than our root chakra. It's called our Earth Star. And to really connect with your Earth Star chakra, they say to actually go outside in nature, take your shoes off, go barefoot and stand on a clean patch of grass and imagine like you have roots going into the earth. Your Earth Star chakra isn't well known. You can Google it if you want to. There are some really cool frequencies to actually encourage your Earth Star chakra to grow. And I'll tell you something. I've listened to some of these frequencies and I had dreams all night about plants growing. planting seeds into the earth and watching them grow. It was wild. It was really cool. And I didn't, power of suggestion probably a little bit because of knowing about the earth star chakra, but it was really, really cool because it's like one of these dreams where it's not a glitch in the matrix thing at all, but it's, you plant I was planting seeds and watching them grow, literally watching them grow. Just the little itty bitty sprigs starting to grow out of the ground, and then watching it grow into a beautiful flower, or watching it grow into this big, huge pumpkin. Just super cool, really, really cool dream. But that is part of grounding. It's a vibration that's very different in our human experience that we're not normally used to, because this comes from love, pure love, non-judgmental love, unconditional love, acceptance. There isn't a lot of that anymore. You can find it, it's out there. But when you're starting to tap into that ancient wisdom that comes from that natural world, you do start to find a lot more peace of mind. You find peace within yourself. And you actually get to know yourself a little bit more by spending time out in nature and going within and asking yourselves the questions that you need to ask yourself. What makes me happy? What fills my cup? This is a question that my therapist asked me today. And I'm like, what makes me happy? And I've been thinking about it. And when I was a child, it was running around on stage and being in shows, and the lights, the makeup, the hair, all of that was a lot of fun. And I loved that. Don't get me wrong. I still love that. It's beautiful, wonderful thing to have fun with that. But now I find so much joy in being outside and being in nature, listening to music that I love, listening to frequencies that are ancient tonal sounds that resonate, the listening to those ancient Tibetan bells and chimes, and that chanting is just, it's so, there's a word for it. It's just very, and it's not coming to my mind right now. It's very guttural. It's very strong and comes from the heart, right? It's that authentic, beautiful tones coming from an actual ancient instrument. Is really, really fascinating to listen to. So I do suggest, if you have a Tibetan bell or something, ring it. Listen to that sound. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful way of grounding yourself into that ancient feeling of authentic sound, right? That's why a lot of Buddhists and a lot of people who are meditating chant it's that universal sound, and tapping into that and letting yourself ground. Someone needs to meditate, and you don't need to go all full out and do it for like 45 minutes. Start with 2 minutes and then build up. Really. And if you're someone like me that's experienced trauma, don't do it for an extended period of time. Start with 30 seconds, build up to a minute, and then build up to 2 minutes. I'm sure that you'll find that it will really help yourself, and you'll get to know yourself a lot more while you're doing that. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a beautiful day.